Hi, I'm Scotty. I service, repair and restore vintage and antique mechanical clocks. Welcome to Scotties Clock World. Right, now we're ready to reassemble the movement and put it back into its case. This wheel on first. And this one. Make sure it fits into the pinion on the first wheel we put on. Get this to fit in. Okay, there we go. Now we'll fit the face on and tighten it down. And have a look and see where that is, where that clip goes, I would think. Let's try it and see. Get in, line it up with the center, hold it, turn it upside down, and yes, the holes are aligned. Right. Now, where's our screws? We'll get that screwed down. Pop that into there. First one, not tight yet. You've got to get the other one in. Next screw, drop him in. Got him. Tighten him down. Right, now we can lift the movement up, make sure everything's right. We can now tighten those two screws down. And that one. Right. Right, now we'll put the hands on. Our hand first. Line it up. Push those down. A bit bright. Possibly a bit better. Now the minute hand. On the top. Push it down with your thumbs. line it up at 12 o'clock. And that's that. Remember, when you're working on these movements, this is called a standard 2-inch movement. They made millions of them. I mean millions. Once you've cleaned it, put it back together again, you always start both hands at midday or midnight, whichever you prefer. You don't try to set it up at 2:15 or something. They always start at midnight. Okay, so they're on. That goes there. We'll clean the piece of glass that goes in there. Tiny little bit of metho. Wipe it round with a clean cloth. Check the other side for fingerprints. Dry it off. Pop it back in again. Now we have to align these holes here, that one and that one, and if you had the third screw, of which we've only got 2, you'd align that one. So we have a look. We've got 2 holes close side by side there. So we look here, and that'll be those 2 there. So we drop the movement with those lines relatively well aligned. Drop the movement in and rotate it slightly. There we can see it lining up. All right, let's put the first screw in. That's our hole that's aligned. We'll start the screw off in there. Move round to the next one. Holes aligned. Pop the screw in, just get it started. Then we can screw them in properly. One. Go back to the top one over here. We'll screw that one in. Okay. Screwdriver over there. Don't want that. Now, we'll get our crystal case, take the movement up, Drop it in. Put the back plate on it. Well, line that other one up. There he goes. Now we've got 2 screws to put on here. It's a bit tight. One on there. Hope that runs down a little bit more easily. Yep, that it does. What I'll do is I'll take this one off. We'll try it up here. Yep, it goes in more easily. Right, now first thing we do, we'd better check and see what size spanner we're going to need. 5mm. Okay. Now, check the face of the clock. Make sure that 12 o'clock is in the correct position. Hold it. Then tighten up the nuts on the back. That'll hold the movement in place. There, over the other side. Seems to be relatively strong. We can check it. Just make sure that that's 12 o'clock is in the right position. It's moved a little bit, got to come back. Right, I'll tighten those down. Still a little bit loose, needs a bit more. That should hold it. Feels to be pretty tight now. Okay. Put the hand winder on. It's a friction fit, just pushes in. Screw the winder on again. There we have it. Set the time. Past 6. And there we have it. Finally finished. This is the rack hook right here. That pin, when you put the gathering pallet back on, before you hammer it down to keep it firm, that pin has to fall